I would say 50-50 eventually. Eventually. We're not there yet. Where we chunk out our budget at Ford is about 25% digital and social. Digital and social together. And so social is a subset. Maybe 10% social. Okay? But this dealer, he said, I'm at 30% right now. I'm pushing my guys to go higher than that. I said, that's great. Because you look at the research, you look at where people are actually getting their information, the majority are going online. You know? Yeah, they'll still need the newspaper from time to time, but not to the same degree they did 10 years ago. Right? So if you're at a fixed budget the same way you were 10 years ago, you got to look at things a little bit differently. And then ultimately, back to my original point, is that a lot of this stuff should be not equated with digital advertising when you're talking about social. It should be more about community relations, community engagement, you know, and how you decide what to spend on those things where you're showing up in person in a community that you do business in. Sure. Sorry about that. Yes, sir.
Are you monitoring the social media?
Am I monitoring my brother? I honestly sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it can be tough. Our FCSD, our Ford Customer Service Division, that if you look on their Twitter account, which is Ford Service, and they're highly rated by lots of publications for the job that they do, and I commend them for it. They say we're only open 8 to 6, Monday to Friday. And they're pushing for more resources, more staffing, so that they can actually at least extend into the weekend. They're not talking about doing 24/7 library, but at least on the weekend. Because when are people in their cars? You know, after work, on the weekends, etc. And we need to understand where and when people are and when they get in touch with us. And it isn't going to do any good if somebody's stranded in their vehicle and they tweet Ford Service. They should be calling Ford roadside assistance. But anyway. And they don't get a response until Monday morning. It doesn't help anyone. Right? So we're trying to extend that. In terms of at a corporate level, we opened up our Twitter account now to all of our regional teams. So my Ford of Europe team, my Ford of Asia Pacific, Ford of South America, they're all on the @Ford account. Right? So we know we're going to have 24/7 coverage. And if something pops at 3 in the morning from California, the Asia Pacific team will flag it for us, the Europe team will flag it for us, and save it for us when we get in the morning. So we miss a lot less that way. Bottom line is there are tons of mentions of Ford out there. And having Harrison Ford actually cast in this new Star Wars movie is not doing us any favor. No. We're trying to get the Millennium Ford Falcon in there, but no luck yet. One more question. Who's the lucky winner? Yes, sir. The man with the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say is the putting first things first? There's so many things to get distracted with for dealers. On a dealer level, what would be the first most powerful, important thing for them to do after they leave this workshop to go back to the dealerships to start a viable strategy?
Okay, for those of you who couldn't hear, the question was, what should you focus on first? There's so much that you have to worry about. Your attention is in lots of places, and you're going to get a brain full with our next presenter, I guarantee it. But if you have to go back and choose just one thing to do, just start by listening. Because that alone will tell you what's going on out there and where you need to concentrate your efforts. And you can use free services like Google Alerts, which has been a little wonky of late. I haven't been completely satisfied there. The Twitter search function is phenomenal. Right? Twitter is a barometer of public opinion and of things that are going on. I found out about the marathon incident yesterday first on Twitter, moments after it happened. Why? People were there with cameras, and they tweeted it. That's it. What are they saying about you? What are they saying about the brands that you represent? What are they saying about your competitors? What are they saying within a radius of the zip code in which you do business? You can do all that stuff on Twitter. Spend some time understanding what's being said out there and what makes sense for you to engage in. Lots of folks talk about the importance of Facebook, and there's a lot of disappointment with the ROI on Facebook advertising. I would argue it's because the advertising on Facebook sucks. It It's not because of the platform, it's because of the way we're making the platform work. If you're thinking about why people are there and the content that inspires them, look at George Takei's Facebook page. You guys know George Takei, Mr. Sulu? He's got a phenomenal Facebook page. Why? He gets at the zeitgeist, that popular culture memes, and the things that matter to people. And he uses humor a lot, yeah. And occasionally, you will see him promote his own stuff. His book, his Broadway show, his TV shows, or whatever.